This is Black Girl Road Rage.
I'm seeing too many things happening with girls in their friend groups. I'm seeing a lot of girls only befriend girls because of how they look. You got a lot of colorism, especially within black girl groups, where the light-skinned girls think they're better than the dark-skinned girls, or think that they are somehow above a dark-skinned girl because they're light-skinned. And you see that play out because when these groups of girls go places and things happen, or you know, a man approaches one of them and starts being aggressive, or when something happens, you see a lot of times the dark-skinned friends will take up for the friends, regardless if they're a dark-skinned friend or a light-skinned friend. But what we don't see, and what's causing issues, is whenever there's somebody approaches the dark-skinned friends and there's an issue, we don't see these light-skinned friends sticking up for the dark-skinned friends. And I hate to bring color, but colorism, racism, it's the root of all problems. Everything in the world was built on anti-blackness. So I hate those people, or I hate those white people who go, why do y'all try to make everything about race? Have you taken a fucking history class? Have you taken a sociology class? Take urban sociology. You will find out every little thing, from brand names to names of just everything. It was all built around anti-blackness and racism. Every system, every fabric, everything about America and the world was built off anti-blackness. So before motherfuckers try to say, oh yeah, I make everything about race, I'm gonna ask you, well, why did your ancestors create everything based off of race, dumbass? And the reason why we still gotta talk about it is because y'all are not doing anything to eliminate those systems. Y'all are not doing anything to eliminate those systems that y'all ancestors fucking built. They built everything off racism and anti-blackness, and then all y'all did was just perpetuate it and live in it. And then now that we recognize that every fucking thing is built off anti-blackness, motherfuckers want to say, yeah, I make everything about race. Duh, dumbass, because everything about race, everything was built on race. And there have been videos circulating here on TikTok that when there is an issue, when a black girl friend group go out, if there is a dark-skinned girl and there is a confrontation with a dark-skinned girl, the light-skinned girls, or whoever, the other race girls, or the light-skinned girls in the friend group, they do the bystander effect. They do not help. They do not jump in when the dark-skinned girl has any issues. If there's an aggressive man coming up to her and all up in her space, they don't protect her. They don't feel, and I can only imagine that it's because psychologically or subconsciously, they don't feel that she needs protection. They in a way feel like she deserves it. It's sad. And so that causes so many issues within a friend group, because the dark-skinned girl or darker-skinned girls in a friend group, when one of the light-skinned or a mixed girl or whoever, white girl, when there's an issue or a aggressive guy approaches them, the dark-skinned girl typically is one of the first people to jump in and protect the friend, right? She's the first one to tell the guy, hey, you doing too much, hey, leave my friend alone, hey, blah blah blah. She usually is the first person. But when she is in need of help, it's bystander effect. They don't jump in, they don't do nothing, they laugh, they don't say anything to the man, they don't do anything. And I think that's sad. And so I'm here to say, if you are a dark-skinned, brown-skinned girl and you are in a friend group with women like that, you need to go ahead and cut that off, because you need to go ahead and cut it off. You need to go ahead and cut it off. You really do. Because girls like that, who feel like you don't deserve protection, or if an aggressive man is coming in your face, you don't deserve to be like you don't deserve backup, you don't deserve protection. Those girls are, it really shows what they think about you. It really shows subconsciously what they think about you. They don't think you were worthy of protection. They thought you deserved it. They thought the man was right to be aggressive towards you. When I pick friends, it's always based off of character. Irregardless to race, it's all, because I got all kinds of friends. Chinese friends, I got a Philippine friend, I got black friends, I don't really got as many white friends, but I did have a decent amount of white friends in my life. And I could tell you, please base it off of character. Do not base it off of nothing else. Because if y'all solely only a group because of how y'all look, because y'all baddies, there's always, in a trio or a quadruple or a group of five, there's always duos within the trios and the quadruples, whatever. There's always, I learned this from high school. I had a group of, it was 4 friends. It was me and 3 other girls. And there was it was these 2 girls in our friend group. You could just tell that they were really friends, right? And me and the other girl, they would interchange. But there was always these 2 girls. They was for always like this. I remember my sophomore year of college, I was in a friend group. And the good thing about the friend group is we were all black, but it was a good mix. Like, it wasn't just dark skin and light skin. It was like we had 2 light skinned girls, a dark skinned girl, 2 brown skinned girls. It was like a mix. It was a mix of ranges of color. It wasn't just like, because I don't like them friend groups that's like just dark, just light, because that means something gonna be off. A good blend. I remember one of the girls, and she was kind of like the main girl who would like plan everything. Like, she was like, y'all can come over to my house, I'm a cook, we gonna, pregame, we gonna drink at my house, we go to the party. She was really cute. She was a really cute girl. She was light skinned. And she was thick. Like, all the niggas, like, she was really thick. I'm naturally thick, too. She was shorter than me. I'm 5'7", but I'm still thick. I remember, like, midway through the year, she started, like, asking me, just me. Like, she would just hit me up and go, hey, there's this party tonight. You want to go to this party with me? And I'm thinking, like, she just invited me, because we always did everything in the group. Like, there was a party, the whole group, like, we would all go out. Like, Halloween, homecoming, like, we would all the whole group would go out. Well, this time it was just her. She was like, oh, it's just me. So I was just like, sure, whatever. And so it would just be me and her at the party. And I never asked her, but I figured it out. I was like, why are you only inviting me? Like, you ain't inviting none of the other girls in our group. Why are you only inviting me? Well, I kind of figured out that when it came down to, like, the guys or whatever, because she was, like, thick and cute, she wanted to go with another girl who was thick. And out of our whole friend group, the other girls were more like skinnier. They wasn't necessarily thick. Like, I was the other thick one out the group that pretty much who had ass. So I found out, she didn't tell me this, but I kind of just put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh, she only wanted to invite me because I was thick. So when she went to these parties, I don't know, she just wanted to be seen with another thick girl. And I was just like, that's just, I mean, she was cool, but it's just so weird. Like, a lot of girls will use, they really do only want to hang out with certain girls or whatever because of how they look. There are so many reasons why girls or a girl will try to friend you. If she boring by herself and she need somebody with more personality or who is more fun, she will be, if you are that person, she will befriend you and she will hate you for it, but she will use you to be the life of the party because she not. So many reasons why you gotta watch why somebody is being your friend. had friends who were like, there were some sweet girls, some considerable girls, but a lot of the girls I was not cool with because they had a jealous mentality. They had a jealous spirit. They were very male-centered. They wanted to do everything for male validation and attention. Some of them, like a lot of them, were evil-spirited. So I would love to see a world where women we love each other and we come together and we support each other, but because so many women have identified with males and are so male-centered and are pick-mishas, I feel like that world will never exist. And then because of colorism and because of anti-blackness, you got women who, they will never say it, but subconsciously, they're going to always have a hatred and a disdain for darker skinned women.